YouTube community. Welcome back to my page, Paranormal Biker. I was wanting to bring you an update on that Ciro 3D cell phone mount that's on my fairing on my 2017 Street Glide Special. So let's get started. Yeah, it was just here recently that I installed a Ciro 3D cell phone mount on my bike. And, you know, the only thing that I could pretty much tell y'all is the reviews that I was able to read, you know, on that product. So I was able to take a 200 mile, maybe a 250 mile little road trip yesterday. Since we live here in South Texas, zipped on down to the coastline and rode up the coast for a little bit and came on back into home. And there was a few things, pros and some cons that I have on the device, just me personally, how I feel about it, just on that small road trip. But anyway, let's get to the device. Boy, is it a pretty day to be doing what you just heard go by. Yeah, so we're in the paranormal garage here, where that Ciro 3D cell phone mount is. So like I was telling you just a second ago, you know, there's some pros and cons to it. I was able to see what some of the people on these reviews were talking about with this this mount, but I'm not saying it's a bad mount. You know, I do really like it. There's just a few ways that we could fix the problems that I was having with it. So let's get this turned around. All right. Yeah. So, you know, because of the width and how far back this windscreen sits on my fairing over the dash, there's a complication with my cell phone height. I'm having to tilt it down. I don't like that, but it's not a deal breaker. But since it is tilted down, it does obstruct some of the view on my RPM gauge over here. But to tell you the truth, you know, I really don't use it because it's all on the sound and the feel of the bike. So I know where I'm pretty much at as far as my shift RPMs go, taking off. Just, well, if you've been riding a while, you know what I'm talking about. To all you newbies that might be thinking about this cell phone mount, if you are running this type of windscreen with this type of cell phone mount, which is a fairing cell phone mount, just keep in mind that it will, if you have, I have a 6S Plus, so it's a really wide phone. It will cover up some of that RPM gauge, and if you're dependent on watching your shift pattern, whether you shift, you know, 3 or 3500, you know, you will not be able to see that. You know, put my hand right here and you can see how it covers up quite a bit. But, you know, what I do like is it puts the cell phone directly in front of your face. And on this year bike, I'm not a big fan of the infotainment system as far as GPS goes. So I don't even use GPS on this 17. I run everything off of my cell phone. I basically just use the infotainment system to see what song I have playing on Pandora on my road trips is basically it. Yeah, I was just letting the emergency vehicles pass. Yeah, so another review is you know, going down the road and hitting bumps, you know, the cell phone mount will start to shift to the right or to the left because of the top weight of the cell phone on the mount, and that is correct. But I was able to get that to stop just by cranking down on this wing nut back here a little bit more. And by the way, if you've seen my install video, which was a pretty quick install video, and then I did a follow-up video on the wiring, this does work out extremely well. I did not take into account, though, if I ever wanted to take this mount and basically turn it 90 degrees and run it that direction, that this does not have enough pickup to plug into the back of the phone because it was not measured for adjustability. So if you think about doing this type of mount and you do want to run it horizontal instead of vertical all the time, just leave you enough slack down here to be able to do that. You know, this is an easy fix. I just I'm not going to do it right now. But yeah, so that pretty much sums it up for the mount. Hopefully this information, you know, was able to help you out some. I am a big fan of the mount. I do like it mounted here instead of on my handlebar or over here on my switches, on my control switches. But what works for me may not work for you. Anyway, yeah, so let me know if this video helped you out, you know, and if y'all guys have any questions about anything that I'm doing on this bike, you know, leave a comment, populate that area down there, and please do not forget to subscribe. I'm trying to grow my family and I need subscribers, so please be a part of my YouTube family, part of that paranormal biker family. And yeah, until next time, hit that notification icon and I will see you in the next video.